Imagine you make an e-commerce funnel so good that you get acquired for $1.2 billion, because that is what Gruns did right here. They followed AG1's playbook. They currently do $600 million a year, and Gruns just put it on steroids. They used it, and now IM8 is using this exact strategy. In under 2 years, got to a $100 million a year run rate, fastest growing brand ever. Now, it's not specifically because of their ads. It's not specifically because of their product. It's not one part of the funnel that they absolutely destroy. It's the interconnectedness of the funnel and some of the nuances and how the customer is passed through these different parts of the funnel. Now, I've worked with over 300 brands and I've generated over $250 million. And most brands, when they do this, they try to figure out, oh, well, there must be one thing here, like let's optimize our ad creatives and that's gonna solve everything. No, these brands have shown that that's not what you do. It is using this exact funnel and following the fluidity that they have within them to really guide the customer in their decision journey. So the next 15 minutes, I'm gonna be breaking down this record-breaking funnel for you, from going to their ads, to their landing pages, to their pop-up forms, to email and SMS, to cart and checkout pages, everything. So that by the end of this, you're gonna know what you need to optimize in the exact funnel that you should be running for your brand if you wanna have growth like this. First, we're gonna start with the setup and the offers. This is the most important part of the funnel, and nothing works unless you have a banger offer. Alex Hormozi has taught us that. Gone are the days of just doing 10% off. That is just not what works. These brands are all subscription brands, and so they have banger offers to get people to subscribe. They're not doing the basic 10% off. Let's take a look at their offers. AG1 with subscription, this is what you get. It is 50% off. You get all of these free gifts when you subscribe, and you get a $20 discount. If you do a one-time purchase, all you get is this, and you have to pay 20 euros more. So this makes this absolutely a no-brainer, the banger offer. Make it so stupid for the customer not to buy from you and to not subscribe to you. Notice how they optimize for subscriptions right here. They auto have the subscription checked, and they are making sure that you are using subscription first. IM8, the same sort of stuff right here. You have $80 in welcome gifts on us. Look at this for the 90-day supply. They're really pushing that, but you can also do a 30-day supply right here with subscription, getting $62 in welcome gifts, plus a massive discount. And one-time purchase, look at how small it is for the one-time purchase, and you have to pay $261 for the one-time purchase, and you don't get all these crazy free gifts. So they go crazy with the banger upfront offer. In Gruns, I go to the website right here, and it's 52% off right here. Subscribe and save right here, you get up to 52% off. You can see the difference versus if you go one-time purchase. So these are all subscription brands. They don't just throw up an extra 10% off for subscription. They give you a massive discount, and they give you free gifts, and they really stack the offer for you. That's the number one thing that you can do in 2026 to really optimize your performance. Build a banger offer, and bonus points if you make it around subscription to get people to subscribe. Because the value of a person whose first time order is a subscription is around double to potentially triple the 6-month LTV of someone whose first order is a one-time purchase. So that's the big thing and what's really differentiating these brands, banger offers. Do not sleep on this. You should put a lot of time into developing these gifts and testing these offers until you find one that converts cold traffic the best. I've seen AG1 test the shit out of this over the past few months, doing different travel bags, testing different variations of this sort of gift, and it looks like this is the one that they've landed on, and it is absolutely a banger. Also, as a by the way, I have this paid community of 145 members monthly. It's private calls with me every Friday. There's an agency call for agency sauce and learning agencies every Tuesday. You get a full course, email marketing course. You get a shit ton of templates. You get monthly templates. You get all the call recordings, and you get community access with me where I share insights every single day. Here's Claude Design, a custom video on that, email analytics tool that we use, and then you have access to ask questions every single day, and you'll have myself and the team to also reach out. You have access to me in the DMs whenever you want as well. You should definitely check this out. Link is going to be in the description to join this community, and you'll get more information on these funnels that I post in there. So everything revolves around that offer. Now we need to drive traffic to that offer. So let's break down the ads that these brands are running. The first thing that's gonna stand out as we look through these ad libraries is how many ads these brands are running. 530, 910, and 1,300 for IM8. In a recent interview, the founder said they're trying to push towards 2,500 ads being live at once at any given time. This is because with Meta's recent Andromeda update, the algorithm really values having a ton of creatives and having diverse creatives live at all times. Gone are the days of just having regular product images and just running those same ads. You need to be testing the shit out of everything. You need to have an engine of new content being produced every single week and new ads to test. You need newness to drive down your CPMs and increase your conversions. And these brands have absolutely mastered that. So that's the first thing. Now let's get to the actual structure of these ads. We take a look at IM8 right here, and they run different static ads and also video ads. Now static ads are great because you can use AI and you can pump out a shit ton of volume, and they're very, very efficient. So you see a lot of these, I assume, are probably created by AI and a ton of different variations they're running. Some of them are very educational focused, like this one right here. where the creative is educating on the ingredients within the product. And then they have direct offer static ads right here, where essentially it's just showing the welcome kit and highlighting that acquisition offer that we talked about earlier. Those are literally the only two statics that they run, and a lot of this is going to be supported by AI. You'll notice, same thing for Gruns right here. They're using infographics showing what's within the product and the benefits of them. And you can see all the ones right here, educational, infographics. You can see AG1 right here doing the direct offer ad, highlighting towards the welcome kit, and then educational infographics just like this, using a lot of their celebrity endorsements. In these brands, I see about an even split of the educational sort of statics generated by AI versus the direct offers, highlighting that welcome offer that's on their website. And then you get to the video ads, which is about 50% of the other ads that they're running. There's a huge variety of ads that they're running, mostly educational, and just doing a ton of different variations. UGC, instructional videos, everything. But the big thing that we're seeing a lot of brands do is doing collaboration ads and white labeling ads. Now what that means is they partner with people right here and they run ads from other people's accounts and they have your brand as the collaborator. You can see right here how many that IM8 is running. There are two right there. Here's another one with a different guy. Here's another one right here and another one right here. And these work so well because this is going to target this person's followers and it looks a lot more friendly and native. It's not like this random brand trying to sell to me. It's like I already follow this influencer and here's their partnership and they can click and buy right here. And so it comes off a lot different. We're seeing brands explode by using this. Again, you can see AG1 right here and how they're doing it right here, and they're doing it right here. They're doing it right here, and it goes on and on. And again, Gruns doing the same thing, doing a shit ton of these white label and collaboration ads everywhere. I'm seeing it's almost like 50% of their video ads are doing this, so it's clear it's working for them. And so that's the ad structure that they're running. Have a shit ton of new creatives pumping out weekly and get rid of your losers on a weekly basis. Do an even amount of static ads to video ads and use direct offer static ads as well as educational ads. And do a shit ton of white labeling and partner ads with influencers to piggyback off their audience and get that trust. That's the formula for getting attention to your website. Now this next part is where things really get interesting and stuff that a lot of brands don't do just because it's a lot of work. And that is the landing pages. This is the big handoff from the ads, and most brands just go with a basic PDP page. They just drive customers towards the product page. But nope, not these brands. They are pumping out a shit ton of custom landing pages that are built specifically for the benefit or the pain point that person on the ad clicked. Let me show you what I mean. Let's take a look at this ad right here from IM8 Health. They talk about right here how your gut issues, how you may be having gut issues. There's some educational copy right here about your gut control, 70% of your immune response. It's all focused on the gut. But do they just send the customer to the basic product page that everybody gets right here? No, they drive everybody right here. You can click onto this. They drive everybody towards this listicle, 6 reasons the bloating comes back at 2 p.m. no matter what you cut. And it is a specific landing page educating on the gut and how our product helps with the gut. The only people who are going to click on this ad are people who have gut issues. You can't just send them to a basic landing page anymore. You need further education and you need to show how your product specifically solves that direct pain point. What these brands have realized is that people don't really buy the product for all the benefits stacked together. Look at all these benefits: energy and focus, gut health, immune defense, joint and muscle, skin and hair. Usually people don't buy for all of them. Usually there's one specific thing that people really care about. And so if you can get granular and create custom ads and then landing pages for that one specific point, that's how you can get them. Rather than trying to be a master of everything, hey, we're general health. It's you get specific, and the reason that this person is going to buy this product is for the gut health specifically. And so it's a very clean listicle with very strong education, and then you have the product page down here at the bottom as well. And so that's just one example. This specific ad right here is like, hey, instead of juggling 16 plus different supplements, why don't you mix it into one simple routine? And then you can see right here, the landing page that they send everybody to is 6 reasons why people are ditching their supplement stack and having this all essentials in one. The one pain point of how you have a shit ton of supplements, and the landing page that talks directly about how our product has everything you need. You can see all the different landing pages, and I'm telling you, there are literally like 20 plus custom landing pages that they have here. With AI being able to produce custom landing pages like this, brands are going crazy with it. And even doing custom landing pages and advertorials based on specific influencers that they work with. It's crazy. You can see like some of the examples right here for Gruns. They have a main, just general sort of like ad lander right here as like a backup. And then they have one that's specific about like nutrition and how Gruns helps with your nutrition. They have one for weight loss. Like if there's an ad on weight loss, then it's all gonna direct towards this. They have this one if they make an ad about kids. Somebody clicks on that. There's a landing page about kids. And then one about hitting your protein goals, and then one about fiber, and then one about new flavors. Here's a bonus, which is Mars Men, which is another brand that is scaling like crazy. They have all these different landers right here. This one is specifically about burning fat. This one is about sexual health. This one is about weight loss. This one is about energy. So many different landing pages, and just making sure you have a diverse set of them. That's the differentiator and how you create a fluid experience for your customers, and that's what's converting the best. We can't be generic anymore. We have to be specific. And all of these landing pages direct towards the acquisition offer. It's the same offer absolutely everywhere. And so they have that fluidity. But still, we have an issue, and our funnel isn't done yet, because people don't just click onto a landing page and instantly buy. Usually it takes some time. They need some education. So that's where we get the next part of the funnel. And so that's why whenever you land on any of these pages, you click on an ad, you are going to get a pop-up form. And the point of this pop-up form is to get your email address and your text message phone number. All the brands do this, and they spend a lot of time on this because ads are expensive as hell. And if somebody doesn't buy directly on your website the first time that they click, then the brand has to pay a shit ton more on ads to try to get them back to the website. Alternatively, you can get somebody's email address and send them messaging for literally fractions of a cent. In the email inbox, which happens to be the most used communication channel on the planet, and 90% of adults check multiple times a day. And you get to be there in people's faces for literally pennies. That's why it's so important, and these brands always run pop-up forms. So what we have right here, anytime I go to Gruns, instantly I'm gonna get this pop-up form where it asks me a question. This is the sort of pop-up form that's working really well in 2026. AG1 isn't running it right here, but Gruns runs it, IM8 runs it. You engage with the customer first, you ask them a question, and then you ask for their email address right here. Now that works because you get the customer to commit with a low barrier to entry. It's like, oh, 52% off. All I have to do is answer this question. They answer it. You usually get about 50% response rates on that, and then you ask for the email, and it's commitment bias in humans. Once you start doing something, you're much more likely to follow through. And you happen to get zero-party data from the customer because they told you the exact thing that they're trying to get out of your product. Then you get their email, and then it asks for the phone number in the next step right here. Finish signing up with text to activate your discount. One thing to note about the pop-up is they also don't give an extra discount on the acquisition offer. It's literally, they just highlight the acquisition offer, they just put the pop-up form just to get your email. And people think like, oh, 52% off, I have to enter my email. They don't, it's always available, but they're able to get the email and they don't have to give up extra discount. Like a lot of brands who give an extra discount on top of the acquisition offer, and that just hurts your margins. Like what do you think is gonna convert better? Gruns saying, hey, get 10% off your first order, and they give up an extra 10%, or a pop-up form that says, hey, get 52% off your first order. That's gonna convert better every single time. And the pop-up form is the lowest hanging fruit for most brands, and it's why these big brands spend so much time on it, because you're able to get people's emails and you're able to market to them for cheap. And you don't have to spend nearly as much on your ads. Which then, this brings us, of course, to the next part of the funnel, which is going to be the email and SMS flows. So let's look at Gruns again for an example. Gruns sends a daily email in their welcome flow, and they send a daily SMS as well for literally weeks. And then they send daily email campaigns to you. Mars Men, again, they've scaled to 9 figures in record time. They send 5 emails in the first day upon signing up. They send these 5 emails in the first day, which is insane. Then they send 3 emails and then 3 emails. iMate does something similar. They send 2 emails on the first day. And then they have near daily email campaigns that they're sending as well. The reason that brands are sending at this frequency, you might think it sounds like a lot, but the inbox is getting more and more crowded. And if you want to be relevant and you want to be at the top of your customer's inbox, you have to send with frequency. And also, Gruns knows that if somebody clicks on a Gruns ad and they enter into our pop-up form, Meta sees that, hey, this customer clicked on an ad from Gruns. They're probably interested in multivitamins. And so Meta is going to feed that customer who clicked on Gruns' ad a shit ton of other brands who are selling the similar stuff. And so that's Gruns' competitors. And so what Gruns wants to do is they want to make sure that they get the customer to convert as fast as possible before they go try a competitor. And Mars Men really takes that to heart by sending all these emails literally in the first day. When a customer clicks on an ad and they sign into your email list, that is the warmest they are ever going to be. Every single day, they only get colder, and the odds of them converting go lower and lower. So they go aggressive. Real quick, I just became a partner at OmniSend. If you haven't heard of OmniSend, they're an email service provider, and in my opinion, they're the best bang for your buck. They're a really good price. You can get 30% off your first 3 months by going to omnisend.com/max. Has everything you need for an email service provider with great team, great support, and all the capabilities that you need. Highly recommend you check them out. The link will be in the description if you want to, and let's get on with the video. You can see daily SMS as well for Mars Men. They send this SMS sequence. In Gruns, again, daily SMS with infographics, tons of education, and highlighting that welcome offer. And you can see in the email designs, they're very strong. They use a lot of infographics, lots of education. They lead with the offer. At the top of every email, they remind of 52% off in every single email as the top buttons. It's very important you have this in the hero section of all your emails so the customer doesn't need to scroll and they see that offer. And so all the hero sections are gonna highlight that offer, and then they have educational infographics throughout the rest of the email, riddled with social proof and really strong education. Notice how there's no blocks of copy because people don't read blocks of copy. They have these infographics that people can easily skim. And the secret sauce that I like that Marsmen does and a lot of other brands is these text-based emails from the founder. These absolutely crush, they feel personal, and they stand out from all the crazy designs that everybody does. Just looks like it's a friend sending you an email. And so then these people will receive all these emails, be reminded of the brand every single day because they see their face, and the brands are able to do that much cheaper than having to run ads and continue to retarget these people for a shit ton of money. That's the secret sauce, and that's what makes these brands a lot more profitable. And since these brands are subscription brands, once they get the conversion, they've won. And then they let their product do the bulk of the work in terms of retention and getting people to stay. They don't need to keep emailing people when they're subscribed to the product because they've already won. The goal is to have the person keep using the product. So instead, when somebody buys, they have a really strong educational packet with all of the first purchases. So when you get the product, you're gonna have tons of education, but also then they're sending educational emails and SMS once you get started, reminding you to use the product every day, the benefits of it, and reaffirming that, hey, you've made a good decision, just make sure you stay with our product. And you'll notice if you ever subscribe to these brands and you use their product, you're gonna stop receiving emails from them. Because if they annoy you with over-emailing you, then you might cancel the product just out of spite. And every email they send to you is a reminder for you and a potential reason for you to be like, oh, maybe I should cancel because I haven't been using this product. That is the funnel and that is the stages, and that's everything that we can learn from these brands. For each stage that I went over, be honest with yourself as a brand owner. Am I nailing this and am I running these to the standard of all these brands? Start with the top and then work backwards. Just tackle these one by one, and I 100% recommend you start off with your offer and optimizing your subscription setup. Now, if you want help getting the pop-up forms, email and SMS, and the whole subscription setup and funnel, then that's what my team does. We work with a ton of 8 and 9 figure subscription brands to help them set this up. I'd love to chat and see if it's a fit for you. I'll run a full audit of your setup and give you a plan and see if it makes sense for you. I'll have a link in the description so that you can click that and watch it if you want. Want to keep learning from me? Then stick with me for this next video because this is one of the most valuable videos that I have made. So check that out. I look forward to seeing you over there, and I'll see you in the next one.